Welcome to Donington Park. It's round 2 of the Thundersport GB Championships for 2017. This is the Thundersport 600 Cup race. Now, it's a bit of a one-off. It's not something that we'd have featured on the thundersportgb.com website before, but such was the vast entries that we had across the Sportsman Elite 600 class and the pre-national 600s here at Donington Park. Everybody gets a race. And these guys who might not have been able to qualify for the main events are out on circuit here and get a couple of races to play at Donington Park and test their very best skills and maybe even win some silverware at the end of it. Number 122 there, looking like he's going to get the whole shot into turn 1, is Tom Collins. He was just up ahead of there of Andy Lee, number 31. It's Brian Fuge, number 27, number 42. Just up alongside him as well was Martin Farrelly as they head down. 1-2-1 now, moving up into second place. That's Owen Collins. Syd, an opportunity here for these guys to get out and have some racing. Not everywhere. I mean, certainly I remember the days when I used to race back in 03-04. If you didn't qualify, you were off home.
Yeah, well, we tried to sort that out here at Thundersport GP. And I heard someone say, I think it was at the British Championship, the World Championship, that 600 racing is dead. Well, I can tell you here, with the golden era Supersport 600 and Steel Sport, we have 152 600s here at Donington this weekend. So these guys come from the non-qualifiers effectively on the 600 Sportsman Elite grid and the pre-national 600 grid, as you mentioned.
Well, leading the way so far is 1-2-2 Tom Collins, and Owen Collins is up behind him. A good start also for number 75 Jason Holland on his Triumph, white bike with sort of bright yellow livery. Further back there, a couple of the other rookies as well, trying to get themselves in on the action.
This is the only problem for you, Steve, particularly, is that you've got a situation as Owen Collins for potatoes.
Potatoes?
Yeah, it's a private joke. I'll let you in on it later. Obviously, what it's going to mean is that these are obviously going to be mostly a lot of the new guys to Thundersport GB, so a lot of these you're not going to know personally.
No, I think that's a fair comment. I'm not familiar with some of the names here, but we're going to have a good bash at it anyway. As we see number 91 there, Lloyd Collins. I noticed at the sharp end we have a Collins and two Collins, yes. Just to sort of make things extra tricky. Is number 46 there, that's Alistair Wright. Now Alistair, of course, we do know, one of our Royal Marine riders. Just making up a place. There is number 4, that's Kevin Baker. Kevin out there on his Fintra Racing Kawasaki. What's the bag of potatoes all about, Syd, that I just saw hanging off the edge of pit wall?
Well, it's kind of a sponsorship thing. It's a funny thing with Owen Collins and his mob from the Emerald Isle. They come packaging along with the Irwin family, and I mean, obviously I've had a chat with them in the paddock, and they are such a funny crew, and their antics in Parc Ferme and everything are so funny.
Wow.
I'll show you the pictures later.
Well, we'll certainly look forward to that. As we just see there, well, a moment ago, we just saw number 31, Andy Lee. What happened there? Andy Lee went into Melbourne Loop. I didn't see him exit on the other side, but I haven't seen him crash either. That was an interesting one, unless my eyes are deceiving me. We'll have a better look in a minute. There is number 122. That is your race leader. Yeah, he's gone. He's just literally disappeared off the screen completely. That was.
Did he run straight on?
He must. Maybe he did. He must have run straight on. I'm not sure what happened exactly. Maybe he's pulled off at the Melbourne Loop or something. But Andy Lee is just, as if by magic, just disappeared.
Vaporised.
Yeah. Further back is number 59, it's Ben Wales, one of our pre-national riders, but it is 1-2-2 and 1-2-1 at the front. It's Tom Collins on his Yamaha and Owen Collins on his Kawasaki. Number 75 there, you just saw, was Jason Holland. Again, you see there 59 Ben Wales just trying to find a a way of keeping up with Alistair Wright, just up inside the top 10, further ahead of those guys. Is Bradley Robinson, number 98, and Frankie Stennett. But this is your race leader then. So good opportunity for some track time for those that perhaps haven't been able to qualify. Chance to practice that racecraft. We've seen, of course, with other classes over the years, Sid, with some of the Thundersport 500 Cup championships rides that we saw last year, that it really does actually help these riders going forward as well, because obviously they're getting crucial track time, but it helps with their racecraft, which in turn later down the year helps them when they do eventually qualify for the main race, and a few of them have been actually really stepping their game up.
Well, with the way we've done it, arguably we'll argue that it's certainly by design, and I guess it was by design, but it might look accidental, but the development strategy has worked really well, right as far back as like Super Teens through to the like Aprilia RRV 450s, the Super Twins, and then on to like a rookie 600, effectively a rookie 600. Obviously when you get the cup races that they're even rawer rookies usually, and then through the pre-national grids, through pre-national 600, and then right up to the Sportsman Elite 600s, which really prepares a lot of riders for a British Championship quite nicely.
You're looking at the battle for third place at the moment between the blue bike number 91 there of Lloyd Collins on the Warren Drives Honda, and that JH Racing Triumph of Jason Holland. But this is your race leader still, peeling away from the pack. He's lapping a good 2 seconds quicker than anyone else at the moment. Is Tom Collins, number 122. Owen Collins still in second place, and still the bag of potatoes being hung out of pit on the edge of pit wall every time he comes past the start finish straight. I presume if he's not having a good day, then they just start lugging him at him, do they? As he goes past, start throwing potatoes at him. Brilliant. Well,
taters are a very famous crisp.
Yeah, they're good crisps, I tell you, taters.
Yeah.
We used to have a stash of tater crisps that used to be delivered to Bernadette in
I think they still are, Steve.
In paddock office. I used to make sure she sort of saved me a couple of packs. But across the line we go once more. Still this battle for third and fourth that you're looking at. Behind these guys, Kevin Baker is having a decent run out and a decent fight with Adam Shepherd and Bradley Robinson, Frankie Stennett. They're all sort of locked together really for the battle for fifth place, but this is your race leader around Schwantz Curve up towards McLean's, looking very smooth. In fact, the lap times that Tom Collins is posting here at the moment would not see him at the back of the field in the Sportsman Elite 600 race, I have to say. So perhaps no surprise to see him there. I suppose that's your luck really if you do have a bad qualifying session when there's 150 odd 600s turning up.
Yeah, but on the other side of the coin as well, you've got this situation where it gives people, like Tom, a chance to climb the top of the podium, and get a taste for it, and feel what it's like, and that's nice. It gives you something to go for. It's a good incentive.
Here is your second place rider then, number 121, Owen Collins, from Lisdoon Varna, as it says in the race programme here, the Republic of Ireland. I can safely say that I've never heard of that as a destination, but keep your eyes out for the bag of potatoes. They're about to appear.
It's probably a caravan in a field somewhere.
Sid, you're jumping to conclusions there. I'm sure, mind you, governed by the bag of potatoes that keeps on being hung out. Who knows?
I tell you what, the loveliest people you have never met. It's unbelievable. Such lovely people, they really are.
We have had some cracking jovial characters in the Thundersport paddock over the last 10 years that hail from the Emerald Isle, and those that come over from the north as well, of course. Thundersport GB from year dot really, Sid. We've always had quite a large amount of riders that have come over from Ireland and raced with us. Of course, the fact that we race in Anglesey is great for them as well, because it's not too far for them to come.
Well, the thing is that there's such an incredible contingency of good talent out there, but unfortunately there just isn't the opportunity to race at this kind of level, and this is the reason why we give them, these guys, like 35% off their entry fees to help them with the, because it is a heck of a task to come all the way from there on the ferries, the travelling. I mean, it is a nightmare, really. A lot of people just wouldn't do it. I mean, bearing in mind the main database of ours is probably, I guess, in the Midlands and, you know, northeast and northwest, and people moan about coming to Snetterton. So, you know, you can imagine what it's like for these guys every single round. But we have got just a really quite a large contingent of Irish riders.
Look under the arm there from Collins. He's got this one wrapped up, really. He's not looked in any danger at all. He's lapping in the 1:39. He's got about an 8-9 second lead. He could probably just cruise around on this final lap now, and he will win the Thundersport 600 Cup race. Second place looks like it's sorted as well for Owen Collins of the Republic of Ireland. He's got about a 3 or 4 second advantage over that fight for third, which is probably going to go all the way to the line between Lloyd Collins and Jason Holland. Here is number 4, Kevin Baker, sorry, and he is at the moment fighting it out with Adam Shepherd. Back to the battle for third. Has Jason Holland here on this white Triumph got anything for Lloyd Collins in the closing stages? Doesn't look like he's quite close enough. That's actually Bradley Robinson, not Adam Shepherd. So I got that wrong for a start, so apologies for that one. Here we go then, around the Foggy Essers towards the Melbourne Loop for the final time. Tom Collins, with ease, is going to romp home to victory here at Donington Park, the GP circuit. We wait for Owen Collins, here he is. Then the battle for third behind. Jason Holland has closed the gap down, but is he close enough to make a move? As they head around there, no, not quite. Checkered flag out there. Good win for Tom Collins. Crosses the line and takes the win in the Thundersport 600 Cup. Happy enough with that. Owen Collins and his bag of potatoes will come home in second place. Lloyd Collins has crossed the line in third place. He takes that from Jason Holland. Kevin Baker is fourth, and Adam Shepherd finishes in the end there in sixth place. So I'm not sure exactly what quite happened there to Bradley Robinson in the closing stages, but there we go. Tom Collins the winner, Owen Collins second, Lloyd Collins in third, and we will be back with race 2 in just a moment.
Continental, get the grip.
Time for race 2 now, the Thundersport 600 Cup. Earlier on we saw Tom Collins winning the race for the Overflows riders that haven't made it onto the grid for the Sportsman Elite 600 or Pre-National. But Tom Collins is not on the grid. Owen Collins is. We just saw him a moment ago, 1-2-1, and there is Andy Lee, number 31, who did a magical disappearing act in race 1. But he is here again, so there's the gap on the grid where Tom Collins was. That white Triumph with the yellow wheels is there as well. That's Jason Holland. Away we go then, down towards turn 1. Good start there for Andy Lee as he gets the whole shot into turn 1. Further back there, the rest of the 600 all piling through. Number 42 there is Martin Farrelly. 386 is Jamie Ross. But getting through to the front now is Owen Collins, the Irish rider. Up the inside though, or looking for a move up the inside, is Andy Lee. As they exit the old hairpin, that doesn't sound good, and Andy Lee goes down on the exit and just gets a little knock from his bike as well for good measure. I hope he's okay. Well, Andy Lee's not completed 2 or 3 laps in both races combined here. This time it wasn't quite so much of a magical disappearing act because we saw him go down, but hopefully he is up and okay, so that will lead Owen Collins out front on his own for now, and might just put a bit of a gap between him and the rest. No, it doesn't. Jason Holland is right on his tail. In third there, number 91 is Lloyd Collins, but moving through there, well, getting past on the slipstream, Jason Holland, and Owen Collins then outbreaks him again. Thank you very much. I'll have that as they now head down towards the Melbourne Loop. A bit of a tight line there from Jason Holland, so Owen Collins back through. Might have a bit of a race on here, Sid, with no Tom Collins, of course, who cleared off in race 1, won it pretty convincingly. Maybe we might just have a decent scrap on our hands here for this second Thundersport 600 Cup race. Oh dear. Maybe not for Kevin Baker though, who's about to pull off and maybe exit the scene.
Yeah, this is what we always say about the super teams, you know, they're all alright if they're racing each other, and to promote your racecraft, you need to be battling against someone. It's the same with the Thundersport 500s, there's always someone to race, and this is what is good about this now. I mean, you've got a situation where people can race each other, and that helps your racecraft. Yes, you can circle round and round and round, like trying to improve your lap times like you're on a track day, but it's nothing like racing.
Heading down into the old hairpin there is a bit of a Royal Marines battle going on there, inter-team battle between 46 Alistair Wright and 26 Brian Fuge. Fuge Deluge. But out front, these three now are all scrapping away then. So it's Owen Collins, number 121, Jason Holland, number 75, and Lloyd Collins, number 91. Then a gap back to the rest of the field. Again there, up the inside goes Owen Collins. Jason Holland on his triumph, trying to find a way back past. They'll probably go 3 abreast once more down into the Melbourne Loop. Contrasting lines here. Tight line from Owen Collins. Just in the background there, in 4th place, is number 59, that's Ben Wales. He's then followed by Adam Shepherd, number 22. There is 386, Jamie Ross, 107. Just up behind is David Murphy.
The only slight concern here, well, it's not really a concern, but it's something to bear in mind. I mean, it's now gone 6:30 in the evening. The sun has begun to set, and I can tell you that the temperature is like falling off a cliff at the moment. It is heading down. Now, I'm not going to say that the track temperature, I think the track temperature will hold up, but it's, you know, you wouldn't get too many more races now at this time of day.
No, that's true. Yeah, what is it? It's nearly 7 o'clock now, so track temperature will be low. I mean, these guys are lapping as quick as they were earlier on this afternoon, which is quite impressive. Still Owen Collins from Jason Holland and Lloyd Collins, sure top 3. Ben Wales further behind. Just had something flash up on the time screen here that got a false start. Now, this is not something that you see very often. Frankie Stennett, number 60 on his FJRS Racing Triumph, has been given a 10-second penalty for starting in an incorrect grid position. So maybe he decided to start on pole rather than further back.
No, he actually was like a whole line forward by the looks of this. He was a whole line forward, so he should have been a row back. So yeah, he's going to suffer with that. That is obviously the decision of the clerk of the course.
There he is, actually, number 60, Stennett, up ahead of Brian Fuge. That's 122, Paul Wilson. A lot of these guys, you have to remember, are pretty new to this sport, so It's actually quite good for a few of them to get in a bit of a race out front, though. The lead has changed. Jason Holland goes out front on his Triumph. He now leads ahead of Owen Collins, with Lloyd Collins there, number 91, following. There is Alistair Wright. There is Stennett, who will have 10 seconds added onto his time at the end of this, and then Fuge. Further back again we see 42, Martin Farrelly, 107, David Murphy, and 61, Russell Powell. So Holland leads from Owen Collins. Lloyd Collins then in third. Owen Collins, of course, finished second in race one. He managed to get the better of Jason Holland and cleared away from him as well. This is the fourth place rider then, number 59, pre-national rider Ben Wales. Oh dear, what's happened here? Jason Holland's visor's up, Sid. He's gone into the foggy S's.
I don't quite know what's going on.
I don't really know what's happened. Is he getting a bit hot in there?
I thought he was sort of like... I thought he was waving at the cameraman to begin with, but then I don't really know what the... Perhaps he's hot. Doesn't feel very hot out there, I've got to say.
Maybe he is hot. Maybe he's got, I don't know, a wasp or a bumblebee going on in his helmet.
Ah, of course, could be that.
I mean, that's not something that's very pleasant. As on to the start-finish straight we go, and he's lost out on first place, and his visor's down again, so he's carrying on.
I bet he did have a bug in there, you know. I bet you got that right on the money there, Steve.
Well, we'll find out, won't we? An unwanted visitor maybe inside the helmet.
Can you imagine? That's awful. And they'd be a bit lazy in these temperatures.
Well, he's regrouped anyway. So Owen Collins it is that's taken the lead. Jason Holland has got back through again. It's very odd to see that. I mean, it won't be a steamed up visor, of course, because we're in dry conditions.
Well, you say that, but it is cold, as I said. It's dropping off, so it's, you know, arguably...
Is he paying the price of wearing a dark visor as it gets a bit dark? I mean, it doesn't look...
that as well.
It doesn't look that dark, does it?
Well, it doesn't, but these got sort of colour-correct cameras. It's a bit darker out there than it looks on screen, Steve.
There's Alistair Wright again, up ahead of Paul Stennett. They've broken away now from the interests of Brian Fuge, further back in 8th place. Very odd situation going on out front then. It's Owen Collins that leads this one, number 121. Still not seen the bag of potatoes hung out in this one just yet. Maybe they don't want to jinx him. Into the Melbourne Loop we go. Lloyd Collins there in third is still hanging around, you know. That blue and white bike, he's just sitting there watching these guys, weighing it all up. Of course, you've got 3 different manufacturers there in the top 3. The Kawasaki, the Triumph and the Honda. There's a Yamaha further back in 4th place. That's Ben Wales. Now, where is Adam Shepherd? Because Adam Shepherd isn't far away. Was he just up ahead of him, maybe? I think he was, actually. Here is your race leader again, then. Collins from Holland. Well, whatever problem Holland had, it seems to have gone now. The pair of them, just on that last lap, maybe got a 10th or 2 over Lloyd Collins in third.
I can't help thinking of a Mr. Bumble sitting on the end of his bugle. You know, like it just seemed a bit weird, didn't it? But it could be, like you say, one of 3 things, really. Could be a steam up, could be it's too dark for it. It does look like a dark visor, doesn't it? It's a very dark visor.
Incredibly dark, yeah, but then if it was a problem, visibility, he'd be doing it still now, wouldn't he? See what he does on the back straight.
As they lined up for this race, Steve, the sun was beaming down and would have looked dazzling. That might have looked like the right choice, but the sun has sunk very, very quickly past the horizon.
He's having a good look over at Owen Collins there on the back straight as he overtook him.
He's probably wondering if he wants his pet wasp back.
All sorts of fun going on here. Lloyd Collins at this stage of the circuit seems to be able to close in on the pair of them as well. So Jason Holland it is that leads as they head around Goddard's onto the start-finish straight. there. What's happened? He's put his arm up. The last lap flag's gone out, and Jason Holland has put his arm up in the air and tapped his tank. I don't understand what's happening here. Has he run out of fuel?
Maybe he's got a problem there, Steve. I mean, there's obviously something.
No idea what's happened there, but he's not going to be winning this race, that's for sure. Now then, Owen Collins, it is that leads. Lloyd Collins, who has not led this race so far, he's been sitting there in third for the whole race, watching Jason Holland and Owen Collins out on circuit. Further back there is Alistair Wright. He's in 5th place. Just behind him is Stennett. Stennett will get a 10-second penalty, but he's actually more than 10 seconds clear of Brian Fuge at the moment, so he probably won't actually, as it happens, change position on circuit, which is most unusual.
I think Jason Holland has now retired, mate.
There is 22 Adam Shepherd. Yeah, Jason Holland's out of it. Well, no idea what happened there. Who's going to win this one then? Owen Collins, it should be, you'd think, but this is a great bit of speed being shown here by Lloyd Collins through the foggy S's, carrying quite a lot of corner speed there. Owen Collins is going to go for the tighter line, and look at Lloyd Collins here. He's going to get the power on as early as possible. Oh, he might not be close enough to get it done into Goddard's though, unless there's a mistake of some sort. Up into the final corner we go, and he's had a go. And that's caught out Owen Collins, and on the line here, he's going to get it done. Lloyd Collins waits until the last moment and snatches it. Owen Collins is going to be pretty annoyed by that. Lloyd Collins has just mugged him.
What a plan.
Right on the last corner. Well done to Lloyd Collins. The Warren Drives Honda, he takes the victory by just under 2/10 from Owen Collins. Adam Shepherd was in 3rd place, one of our freshman riders in fact. Ben Wales is 4th, Alistair Wright 5th, and Frankie Stennett in 6th place. So there's your podium then. Lloyd Collins the winner from Owen Collins and Adam Shepherd all there on the podium. That's it from us here at Donington Park. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you for round 3 at Snetterton in Norfolk.